my boyfriend slept with my friend, could not control his temptation.
Crazy had a conversation with her, essentially asking for my number.
You just stay embarrassing me. And I start crashing the out. How did both of y'all keep this information secret?
Oh, really? If that's your friend, then why was my
I think I lie for you. I think I die for you. Sure that you cry for you. Do things when you want me to. Like controller. Yeah, like controller.
What's goody? What's poppin'? What's crackin'? What's crackin'? What's crackin'? What's crackin'? Y'all chillin'? Y'all chillin'? Hi. It's your girl Lisi, and we're back again with another epic, juicy, ghetto, and drama film. Story So some of y'all, this name is not gonna sound unfamiliar, but for some of y'all, it might sound new. Crazy? Yeah. Remember him? Yeah. The ex that I did I don't remember if it's a 6 or 7 part narcissistic X series on, linked above. Yeah, that bitch ass.
and
Crazy had the gall, the audacity to send me a friend request in 2025.
oh my god. Don't act shocked.
A month ago at this point. 6 years later, after I left him for good, he sends Lise a friend request. And you know what this friend request did? This friend request just so happened to pull me back into one of the most betraying moments in our relationship. The inspiration for this story time today. Just when I have thought that I have moved on from this traumatic, toxic, disgusting relationship, all it took was for me to get a friend request from Crazy to trigger the living fuck out of me. No message, no apology, just a friend request to see if he can slither his way back into my life. It just made me realize, like, how far I have come as an individual on this planet, as a woman. Because when you met me, you know, at this point now, we're gonna address Crazy. Crazy, if you're watching this, yes, you. It's so crazy because when you sent me this friend request about a month ago, I was gagged when you sent it to me. Has he lost his marbles? Like, did you think because the protective order has expired, that means I just suddenly forgot the hell and high water that you put me through while I was in the relationship with you? The gaslighting, the manipulation, the overall predatory acts on your end. Because, you know, at the end of the day, I was 18 years old when you met me. I was a child.
Clocking.
I was fresh out of high school. And you demon, you were 29 years old, going on 30, because when I met you, it was a few weeks shy of your 30th birthday. You were a grown ass man. What did you want to do with me? Like, honestly, like, it is so crazy because I recorded the Narcissistic X series 2 years ago at this point, that it has been on YouTube. And 2 years later, I still don't fuck with you. 6 years later, I still don't fuck with you. Honestly, I don't really have no hate in my heart for you. I feel very indifferent when it comes to you. Like, it's just like, I don't really care. I don't have enough energy to hate you, but I definitely don't fuck with you. And I definitely don't fuck with how you played with me. You and Fesbo. As a matter of fact, you and Fesbo. Her ass definitely played a role in shit as well, because I'm her age. When all of that shit was going on, I'm the age that she was then. So she had to have known some shit was going on. And I don't know if she thought that she was the prize because she got you. But, you know, you can let her know we could run that fade too. Just for shits and giggles, we could run a fade, honestly. When you did send me that friend request, I accepted it. I did accept it. I'm not gonna lie, I accepted it. 2 weeks after you sent it, I unfriended him less than 24 hours later, because I was like, what the hell, Leonte? Like, nah. Like, you not getting access to me again. Like, no, one and done, bitch. It was so hard for me to even get out of that situation. Why would I put myself in that situation again at 27 years old? I'm not even the same person I was then. I'm not tolerating nowhere near what I was tolerating then. Like, so even if it was out of curiosity, no, like, nah. Just out of curiosity, not because I wanted to reconnect with you ever in life. And I know you felt real bold sending me that friend request after everything that transpired between us. I just want to let you know that I accepted that friend request to remind myself of who the I am today and who the I will never be again. And I will never be a dumb bitch for you ever again, ever in life, over my body. And I had to rewatch some parts of my old series just to remember how much I survived. Surviving crazy, literally. And now I'm here telling this story today, not for attention, not for validation from you, but to reclaim the power that you tried to take from me. I've been waiting real long and hard to tell this one, because this one is some bullshit. This is stuff that only a demon could do. Okay? These are the actions of a demon, not a man that genuinely cares about me and loves me. This is the story that, if anything didn't make it clear that Crazy didn't deserve me, this is the story that makes it clear that your bitch ass don't deserve me. You didn't deserve me then, and you damn sure don't deserve me now, because now I'm better, I'm wiser, I'm sexier, I'm finer, still tight. You're never getting this Triple Wop X Supreme limited edition ever again in your life, ho. Anywho. If you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel. And if you're a returning viewer or subscriber, what's goody, what's poppin', what's crackin', what's crackin'? Y'all chillin'? I already know y'all chillin'. I'm sorry for the, intro rant, but, I just had to get some things off my chest before we really got into the start of this story time, because this man, like, have you not learned anything? It's been 6 years, have you not learned anything? Because it's like, where could we possibly pick back up from 6 years after the last time we seen each other was in a courthouse where I'm trying to get a protective order against you? What are we talking about? Don't forget to give this video a big like, comment, and subscribe, okay? Because this is going to be a banger. Make sure y'all tapped in with me on Instagram, TikTok, and Patreon. This is the latest Patreon video. And definitely do not forget to hype the video, y'all. YouTube has this new feature where you can hype people's videos, helping push their videos through the algorithm. A lot of y'all already been hyping my videos without me asking, so love y'all much. Thank y'all so much for that. But for those of y'all who don't know about the hype feature, if you don't want to comment on the video, just go to the comment section and swipe before you click on comments, and it will show you the hype. And that's all I gotta say for now. Let's just get straight into the video. At this point, you're probably a little gagged, probably like, oh my god, what's going on? Okay, if you haven't watched the Narcissistic X series, girl, embarrassing. It's crazy because so many people was trying to clown me on TikTok, saying, "Oh, I would have kept this to myself when I put out the information that I paid $250 for a pool party." But to me, it wasn't just a pool party. We're not getting into the details of all of that. But so many people try to clown me and try to say, "This is so embarrassing. This is so embarrassing." Y'all obviously haven't seen the Narcissistic X series, because that's probably one of the most embarrassing things that I have on this internet. But it's my life. life, it's my truth, and it is what it is. Y'all see the title of today's video? Today's story time is story time. Something along the lines of my boyfriend slept with my friend.
Oh my God.
Don't act shocked.
Yeah. Obviously, the boyfriend in question is crazy because he's a hoe ass. You know what they say about people who can't control their temptation? They're battling demons. But we already knew that. Y'all are probably wondering, like, okay, who's the friend? I really haven't brought her up that much in my whole YouTube career. We're getting into backstory, just to let y'all know, a quick little backstory. Boom, I look back. I named her Brianna, okay? I know it's been 2 years for some of y'all since y'all watched the Narcissistic X series. If you watch within like the first 10 to 15 minutes of part 1 of the Narcissistic X series, you will recount how crazy even came about, how I even met Crazy. This goes back to how I even met Crazy, okay? Pay attention, okay? So let's give y'all a refresher on how Brianna even met Crazy, because here's the gag. I met Crazy through Brianna. Brianna is a lesbian. I guess Crazy has a thing for lesbians, right? Brianna at the time was in a relationship with, let's just name her, we just gonna name her Purple, okay? Brianna and Purple and Courage, here's a story time about that bitch. All of us were in, you know, a little friend group our freshman year of college, right? Because if y'all heard my rant in the beginning of this story, I met Crazy when I was 18 years old. He was 29 going 30. It's safe to say he is a PDF file. Yeah, because I'm 27. I'm not looking in no direction of a 17-year-old, an 18-year-old, a 19-year-old, a 20-year-old. That's just me. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm not interested in someone who's that much younger than me. Because I don't know. It's not giving cougar. It's not giving groomer. It's not giving any of that. Brianna, Purple, and Courage, they had all went out. I think it was a Saturday night. You know what's happening on Saturday night on a college campus. Everyone's turning up, getting drunk, having fun, going out. All three of them have went to this bar that was literally right down the block from our campus. Crazy just so happened to arrive at that bar or go to that bar with 2 of his other friends. Allegedly 1 or 2 are his other friends. Okay, I don't remember who the friends were. I really don't know because I was not there. You guys are probably wondering, well, where the fuck were you? I was motherfucking in Queens, because Queens get the money. I was in Queens with this other boy that I was dating at the time. Like, this was like a 2-week relationship. And girl, that's another story for another day, okay? I was laid up with my little 2-week relationship in Queens, okay? I was not on campus. I wanted to go home that weekend, and I just so happened to go home, and I missed the real first encounter of Crazy, okay? I don't know what transpired in the bar and how they all started talking to each other, but just know that they got into some kind of communication, right? So when they got into communication, when they was at the bar, me and Brianna were actually texting each other, like while they were out doing whatever they was doing. It was like she was low-key giving me a play-by-play of their entire night. Maybe not their entire night, but as things were kind of happening, she was letting me know, like, these was in the days where, you know, we're on the younger end of the spectrum, so we're telling our friends all of our business, like our every move kind of situation. Brianna essentially tells me, like,
Yo, we met these older guys at the bar.
da 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 da. And one thing that I need y'all to keep in mind, I told y'all that Brianna and Purple were dating each other. They were both females, right? Purple is what we call a femme, and Brianna, I don't even know what to call her, because some days she would dress like a tomboy, Some days she would dress like a stud, and some days she would dress like a femme. And this night, she just so happened to be dressed like a femme. She just so happened to be, you know, in her girly state. Brianna, she tells me like,
oh, we're about to leave the bar with these guys. They giving us liquor.
I'm like, okay, girl, be safe, have fun. It came to a point, and I wish, oh my God, I wish upon a star, but this is like 3 phones ago at this point, so I don't have these screenshots. My MacBook is fried, so I can't pull out the messages from there. I mean, I'm gonna try to see if I can go on my MacBook and find this shit. I'm going to try, but it's no guarantees. Brianna texts me and she lets me know that they went back to one of the guys' house, one of the guys' crib. Courage was tweaking out as per usual. She also lets me know that one of the guys had pulled his dick out.
I know you fucking lying, bitch.
Now, I don't remember, you know, all that I said to that, but I was probably gagged. Like, dick out? What?
Huh?
Because from what I know, she's a lesbian. But wait. She was a lesbian then. Let's just add that in mind. She was a lesbian then, but before she started dating girls, she was dating boys and was taking dick from boys. Let's keep that in mind. So when she tells me that a nigga dick is, I'm like, oh my God, like, I don't even know what I said. I don't remember what I said, y'all, but I was probably gagged. I was like, girl, what the is going on? I didn't really pay that to mind because I'm thinking this is like, okay, they're having a lot of fun over there. I don't know what the fuck they got going on. Because all of the girls were still together when they went to whoever's crib that they went to. It wasn't Crazy's crib, it was his uncle's crib, okay? But this was where Crazy was staying at. Whatever, I don't think too much of that. I think I pulled back up to school probably a few days later. I don't remember if me and Brianna continued the conversation that we was having about the getting pulled out. I don't recall because girl, this was what, I don't know, like almost 10 years ago now at this point. Like, I'm getting old, bitch. I'm getting old. It's probably like, I don't know, a few weeks later, a week or 2 or 3 later, I don't really recall. That's when Crazy gets like his name, him, the guy that they met that night at the bar, gets reintroduced into talking spaces. Brianna lets me know that she's essentially still in communication with Crazy because he basically, you know, he be pulling up on them with liquor, trees, you know what I'm saying? Just getting them drunk and high. And when she had told me like, yeah, he's 29 or 30, I don't remember what she said, that he was 29 or 30. I just knew he if you're 29, you're 30, okay? I mean, listen, wait, let me not say that because the teens on TikTok trying to say just because I'm 27, I'm 30, and baby, I'm 27, okay? But pushing 30, you're there, you're almost there, right? And you know, when she was telling me that he was hanging around them, I was just like, okay, because I'm just like, why is a 30-year-old man hanging around fresh out of high schoolers? Because we were fresh out of high school. We were freshmen in college. Like, that's weird, but okay. So I always knew, even at 18 years old, that there's something off about a grown-ass man wanting to be around girls who still have teen at the end of their age. Like, what the fuck is going on? I remember it was when I had first seen Crazy for the first time. I was with Brianna. He was at like this pizza shop near our college, and she was like,
oh, I gotta go meet with him to go get some from him.
Because here's the gag, she started selling trees for the nigga. Cause remember I told y'all he was the plug, right? So she became one of his little runners. We pull up to the pizza shop to, I guess, link up with him, and I'm like, I don't want to be around him for that long because I don't like the fact that this grown ass man is around y'all. But whatever, I'll go with you because I just so happen to be with you. And I see Crazy, and I'm like,
Sexy as fuck.
he's 30? He was looking like about 24, 25 at the time. I was like, oh, okay, like, he look alright. Like, he look alright, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know. At the time, it was still giving like a little bombastic side eye. It was kind of like an in and out kind of situation. Like, we wasn't really around him for that long. I think she got whatever she needed to get from him, and we dispersed and went our separate ways. The next time I seen him, it was a day like a blizzard quite literally was about to happen. Like, we was about to be snowed into the dorms. I think it was in Courage's room. It was really Courage and Purple suite. They were suite mates, but they had separate rooms. So we just so happened to be in Courage's side of the suite / her room. It was me, Courage, Brianna, and Purple. We were in Courage's room, and Brianna was telling me how Crazy was about to pull up. He was about to spend the snow day with them. He was about to bring the regular alcohol and trees because, you know, Courage especially, that bitch was a functional alcoholic. Like, that bitch had serious issues, but that girl, we already have a whole story time up about her. So I was like, he coming? I was like, okay. So it was crazy because it was like as soon as he came into the dorm, I was like, I'm out. Like, I'm not about to be around this shit. Plus, I need to get back to my side of campus, to my dorm before the blizzard started, because I damn sure did not want to be snowed in with them. I wanted to go to my room because I had a single dorm. I had my own room, okay? It was like a little hi and bye, like, hi, bye. And I dipped out. So come to find out, after the snow day, apparently Crazy, and all of these is red flags, but y'all listen. Apparently Crazy and Courage had some kind of sexual experience. But Courage, she was a bop. She was a 304. Is that what it's called? A 304? Yeah, she was a bop. She like, yeah. But even then, Crazy, what? I'm not gonna get into the details, but just know that eggplant was on Cat, but apparently it wasn't inserted. It was just, you know, fondling. The eggplant was fondling on the cat. That's what I was told. When I heard about that, I was just like, like, what? I think this was after this occurrence, because from what I think Brianna had told me, yeah, that little situation had happened between Courage and Crazy, but Crazy is not feeling her at all. I think not long after that, because whatever situation that was supposed to happen between Crazy and Courage didn't work out, Brianna had introduced Crazy to another 18 or 19-year-old on campus. And this just so happened to be, remember maybe about 2 stories ago when I did the best friend story time, remember that bitch Doofy that I told y'all about? Yeah. So apparently Brianna tried to put Crazy on to Doofy, but he wasn't really feeling her either. But apparently, you know, he was, I don't know whose dorm they was chilling in, but they was chilling in somebody's dorm, and apparently he was rubbing on her butt. He was rubbing on Doofy's butt, but it didn't go any further than that because for whatever reason, you know, he ain't want to take things any further with her. And then comes me. Now, y'all are probably like, how the after hearing about not 1, 2, 3 times with 3 possibly 3 different girls, because even though, let's rewind, even though from that first moment when Brianna told me that Crazy's eggplant was out, she didn't tell me that anything happened. Like, she never went into details with me about what happened on that first night all of them had met each other. So now let's get to when Crazy finally bags my dumb ass. It was one day where I just so happened to be chilling with Brianna and Purple in one of their dorms. And Brianna had let me know that she needed to get her re-up from Crazy. And she had asked me, can you come with me to get the re-up? I'm like, okay, I guess, because I already, based off of the things that I heard, I wasn't really, messing with it for real, but I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just go with you just to go. So we go downstairs. Crazy's already outside, in his 2017. In 2017, you know what I'm saying? Like, he driving a brand new car, like, he the plug. He pulling up on bitches with weed and liquor and all kind of shit. So I'm like, okay. So we hop in the car. Brianna gets in shotgun. I get in the back seat. I say hello because, anytime I enter someone's car, someone's house, someone's space, I say hello because I was raised right. Crazy and Brianna have a little exchange, a quick little like, oh, okay, da da da. And Crazy, he looks to the back seat and he's like,
You trying to get something to eat?
when he said you trying to get something to eat, I just assumed that he was paying for the meal, and he damn sure paid for the meal. But it wasn't just me that went out to eat with Crazy. It was me, Crazy, and Brianna. We had went to this little Mexican restaurant not too far from the campus. We had all sat down. He told us, get whatever you want. I was like, okay, let me look at the menu. And we had a little luncheon, all three of us. I don't know if this was strategic or what, because at this point, I have already seen Crazy a few times. He has already seen me a few times. We never really interacted much outside of this day where he says you want to get something to eat, and the rest is history after you want to get something to eat. Honestly, at this point, it was a point in the luncheon. Brianna had went to the bathroom. Crazy took that as his opportunity to ask me for my number. I was like, you know what? He might have had whatever going on with them bitches, but them bitches are not me. And it's true, they're not. But it's not like I won a prize or anything. I just won traumatics and heartbreak, honestly. I was like, yeah, you can have my number. Considering I'm seeing like he driving a brand new car. At this point, I'm 18 years old. I've never dated a dude that had a car, much less a brand new car, was spending money, clearly had money to blow, and you plug. What? Yes, sign me up. Let me see what he talking about. And from there, me and Crazy started talking, and as y'all know, the rest is history. There's a whole Narcissistic X series up on the channel. That's the backstory. Now let's get into the meat and potatoes of the situation. At this point now, we're going out on dates. He's paying for everything. He's paying for hair, nails, pussy wax, food, clothes, whatever you could think of, the nigga paying for it.
Now that's how you clear a bitch.
It's giving like maybe a hybrid. I don't feel like it's giving trick. No, it might just be giving trick. It's giving like trick, but provider at the same time. Like, it's like a little hybrid mix. You know what I'm saying? Because he might have been buying bottles and providing them with trees, but he wasn't maintaining them the way he was maintaining me. You know what I'm saying? Like, so obviously, me being a broke college girl, these things would impress me. But now that's bare minimum. It's bare minimum, papas. Boom. So remember I had told y'all, right, that Brianna was selling, she was Crazy's little runner, right? It came a certain point, mind you, this is probably like 2-3 months after me and Crazy start talking. Crazy basically lets me know that he's super pissed off with Brianna. He's not fucking with her no more. He not gonna have her sell no trees for him no more, because all the is doing is smoking the trees. She not even really selling the shit how she's supposed to sell it. He would give her, a certain amount to sell. He wasn't giving her no crazy amounts. Like, now that I look back on it, but he was giving her, a decent amount to sell, because considering he was giving it to her like free up front, he was fronting her, and she just had to just owe him the money back. But it was time to owe him the money, and she ain't had the money. She talking about she smoked the shit. It kind of came to a point where this man that Brianna had introduce us, not even just me, us, because you remained in contact with him. You started selling trees for him. You kept inviting him back to the dorms to provide trees and liquors. You had him go through 2 other before he got to me. You know what I'm saying? So you brought him around, Brianna. Let's be fucking clear, and y'all gonna understand why I'm saying all this, because the story is about to get real crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious in a second. Bear with me, follow me. Now it's summer break, school is out. I'm not getting into all the details. I was basically living with crazy for the summer. Now we're getting into our sophomore year of college. I'm not gonna get into all the details because it's not really fully my business to get into the details, but let's surface level. Brianna had a lot of family issues going on at home, and I think she had some stuff going on up there as well. During summer break, I wasn't talking to her. I was barely talking to anyone because unfortunately I was one of those girls who, okay, I have a man and my whole life kind of revolves around the man. I'm not saying that's who I am today, but at 18, 19 years old, considering I told y'all everything that I told y'all, the nigga was maintaining my life. Yeah, I was very much consumed with this man. So I wasn't really talking to anybody on campus. It was probably like 1 or 2 people that I was consistently in communication with. Once sophomore year started back up, I wasn't really sure if Brianna was coming back to campus because of the family issues that she had going on. Like, I want to add, we did maybe talk once or twice during the summer, but we was not in constant communication. Lo and behold, Brianna is back on campus, and I'm like, oh, hey, because, you know, even though I met her first and I met crazy through her, I don't know, part of me, like, as a girlfriend, me knowing that, you know, my man don't really F with you like that, I just wanted to kind of keep a distance from her just because he told me he didn't really F for her. So friendly little distance. So it wasn't really, I don't want to say that hard for me to keep a friendly distance from Brianna. It was kind of hard considering that we both lived in the same dormitory. I was in the same dormitory that I was in my freshman year, so I still had my own room. Okay, period. And we was on the same floor as well. She was literally down the hall from me as well. So it would be often times where she would come knock on my door. We would have a quick conversation. We might see each other walking up to the dormitory, little stuff like that. It comes a point where me and Brianna, we start hanging out a bit more often. And I want to keep this in mind as well. This was in the first semester of sophomore year of college. So this is between the months of August to like the beginning of December. So when me and Brianna start hanging out, because at this point her and Purple are no longer together. Sophomore year, girl, sophomore year was completely different than freshman year, okay? But that's a whole other conversation. We can't get into all of that right now, okay? We were all kind of on different kind of timings. Brianna, she had this new friend. I don't know how exactly she met this girl, but the girl just so happened to be a student at the high school across the street from our college. Well, it wasn't literally across the street, but it was like not that far away from our college. We'll name her Curly. Curly was 17. Curly, she was 17 going on 18 because she was a senior in high school, but that still don't make the situation any better. But it really wasn't that big of a deal for Brianna to be around Curly or even me to be around Curly because, you know, we're like a year or 2 older than her and we're all girls. You know what I'm saying? It's not that big of a deal. These were in the days as well where y'all, I've been telling my business. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, but these was in the days where I would tell my business more so in real time. You know what I'm saying? I don't really be doing that nowadays unless, you know, you're within my inner circle and I know I really can trust you and stuff like that. But these were the days where, you know, y'all already know Crazy was just putting me through the ringer between all of his manipulation, gaslighting, lies, BS, Fezbo. I would often seek, I don't know, therapy, guidance from other people, trauma dump, whatever you want to call it. In this little era, this little spell, this had to be like around November. Me, Brianna, and Curly were all hanging out one day. We had a fun little day. Like, I don't even remember what we did, but we went on a whole outing. We smoked. We got some Chinese food. Like, we was chilling. We was really vibing. And I was just venting to them about all the bullshit that I was going through with Crazy. Like, just all kinds of trials and tribulations. And it was like, oh my God, girl, like, da 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 da, whatever, right? Okay, cool. Obviously, I was very much so still in a relationship with Crazy because clearly I was attached. I wasn't ready to let go. He was still very much providing for me, all that jazz. Have y'all ever like dated a narcissist and they're like a cheater, or they're like, they don't know how to control their temptation, so they try to get you to do things like if you give them an inch, they'll take a mile kind of thing? Because boom, here's the gag. So I had told Crazy once upon a time that I was bi-curious. I don't want to say I was trying to figure out my sexuality because I primarily am a straight ruler. But you know what I'm saying? I was a little curious about the other side, but I, at that point, and still have not acted on my thoughts to be a carpet muncher. Okay. So Crazy was trying to like push this agenda on me that him and I should have a three-way with a girl. And he was basically like,
yo, like, let me find a girl. Like, I want to see her do some stuff to you.
Like on some Diddy shit. I was like, no, I don't trust you to find a girl. Just based on what I've already had to deal with as far as Fesbo is concerned, I don't trust you to find a girl. So I'm gonna find a girl. And when I feel like I have developed a nice trusting bond with a girl, I'm gonna find a girl. But it's like, I didn't really even want to do the three-way with him. Let's be effing for real. Like, this wasn't, like I said, this was an agenda that he was pushing because he was a freak-a-leak who could not control his temptation. I really don't feel like, you know, he was just a freaky ass nigga. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. Okay, my whole thing was too, I was just like, I don't want to, if I'm gonna lose my V card to a girl, like, I don't want you to be involved. Like, I want that to be an experience. Like, I don't want it to be my first time and it's with you. Like, no, like, I need to figure out if this is actually something that I like. I don't want to figure out if I don't like it, meanwhile you're fucking the bitch in my face. Like, that's just not what I want to do. And that's why he kept pushing the agenda of, okay, well, you can have that happen, but I need to be there. I want to see it. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So I guess that's when, I don't even want to say Curly came into play, because I know Curly probably was feeling all kinds of crazy after this situation, but this is why I'm telling this to clear shit up. We're clearing shit up, okay? I don't think Crazy had ever seen Curly at this point. I actually had Curly on IG, so I think I did show him on my phone, like, oh, this is what she looks like, so that he had an idea. And I don't want to say I would, but I did tell Crazy about Curly, but not in a sense that, oh yeah, I'ma grab her in there, because I already knew that Curly is a high schooler. It's already bad enough you're fucking with me. I'm 19 at this point. We're not bringing a 17-year-old into this equation. Like, are we okay? Like, but Curly, you know what I'm saying? She was a bad bitch. You know what I'm saying? If I went for a girl, you know what I'm saying? She definitely my type. You know what I'm saying? Curly was definitely my type of girl that I would go for. Real girly, real cutesy, real, you know what I'm saying? Like, femme. Yeah. That's my dog. I like me a little girly girl. You know what I'm saying? Whatever time I had told Crazy about Curly, like, I was very adamant to let him know, like, yeah, Brianna, she has this friend, her name is Curly, and she's a real cute girl. Like, she would be like a perfect candidate for a three-way, but she's 17 and she's in high school, so that's just not happening. That's not happening, like, at all. And even then, I would still need to build more rapport with her to see, like, if she's even into me. You know what I'm saying? And honestly, I was a growing baddie then. I was a transitioning into glow up. The glow up was glow upping, but I still have more glow to go. Like, I look way better now than I did at 19 years old. Like, let's just be clear. I don't know if she's into girls and all that. Like, I don't know all of that, but it was just something that I just thought of in my head. But I made sure I told Crazy, this girl is 17. There's nothing happening with her. I told y'all it's November, right? We're coming up on like finals week. The semester is about to end. Blah, blah, blah. Boom. It was one day, or not one day. It was one day. I was in a final exam. Oh, wait. I'm missing things, y'all. Oh my God, I'm so sorry. Before we get to the final exam, let's rewind. Remember I told you Crazy wasn't fucking with Brianna at all. I don't remember how all of this came about, but it was a day where, because I was still in communication with Brianna, I was obviously still dating Crazy. I had said to Crazy, yo, like, can you and Brianna like just make up? Like, can y'all call a truce or whatever? Like, can y'all just be cool? Mind you, now we gotta do another rewind. Before we came to the point of, oh, can you and Brianna make a truce? Can y'all be cool? It was one day. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm like low-key all over the place right now. Like, usually the last few story times I would have outlines so that I don't get off track, but today everything is off the dome. It was one day, me and Crazy, we was laid up in my room, and I don't know, back in the day I had this thing where I would just be looking back through old text messages with people. Why? I don't know, but I would do it. And this one day, I just so happened to be looking through old text messages with Brianna, because I think we was talking about her. Like, I don't remember what, but I was looking through old text messages, and I just so happened to stumble across the text message where she said, oh, this got his dick out. So I showed Crazy, because I remember I was on my laptop. That's what I'm saying. I gotta go back to the laptop and see if it's still there. I was on my MacBook, and I showed Crazy the text message. I'm like, Crazy, like, does this sound familiar to you? She talking about a dick was out. Whose dick was out? Your dick was out? Like, whose dick was out? Like,
nah, like, that didn't happen.
Cap.
Like, I don't know what she was talking about. She was probably drunk as shit. I don't know what the she was talking about that night. I don't know.
Cap.
I was like, are you sure, Crazy?
Yes, I'm sure, babe. Like, what you mean?
I'm like, okay. Mind you, when me and Crazy had this little conversation about this text message, this was before I leaned into being closer again with Brianna, because remember, I said I kept the distance. But now that he has confirmed this information with this text message, I leaned in a bit more to Brianna. And not only that, it came to a point where I'm trying to get Brianna and Crazy back cool with each other. It came to a point where Crazy was like,
all right, I'll call a truce for her. Like, I'll push it to the side, whatever.
I'm like, okay, period. Thank you. I had Brianna come to my room, and, you know, they talked things out. They did a little handshake. Mind you, Brianna, at this point, she's in her stud phase. She's been in the stud phase, like, 95% of the time she's dressing like a stud. Now let's get to the final exam. I'm taking one of my final exams one day, and before I get into the final exam, me and Crazy, we were in communication. He already had the plan that day to drop off some money and some trees for me. But by the time he was going to be available to drop that off for me, I was still going to be in my final exam, because the exam was a few hours long. As a result, being that Crazy and Brianna are cool now because I leaned back forward into the relationship, I kind of brought them back together for being cool with each other. I was like, oh, like, Brianna, she's gonna be free, so just go to my dorm, meet up with her, and just drop the stuff off for me, and I'm gonna go pick it up from her afterwards. Because, you know, I felt like I trusted her that much. Like, yeah, you know, I could have Monica leave some money with you and I'm gonna just pick it up when I get out. So he was like, okay, bet, that's what I'm gonna do. Keep in mind, at this point, I had already told Crazy about Curly. I get out of my exam, turn my phone on. I see Crazy had texted me like,
babe, I dropped off the stuff with Brianna. I'm gonna talk to you later. I'm about to go out with the guys.
Da, 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 da. I'm like, okay, thank you, babe. La, la, la. Pull up to my dorm, pull up to Brianna's room, and Brianna opens her door. It's her and Curly in the room, and they're like, oh, hey, girl. I'm like, hey. And Brianna was like, oh,
Here's your money and your trees, like, period.
I'm like, thanks, boo. Da, da, da. I'm like, okay, what y'all doing? What y'all about to get into? They was telling me what they was about to get into. I'm like, okay, cool. Well, I had a long day. I just got out of this test. Like, I'm about to take a shower, wind down, get me some food, and chill. Like, I'm not going to be able to chill with y'all today. I'm going to catch y'all on the flip side. They was like, okay, girl, see you later. Da 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 da. So I go to my room. I start, I'm about to get ready to go to the bathroom so I could take a shower, wind down. I just finished my exams. Like, I'm chilling. And I hear
I was waiting on you at the door.
At my door. I'm like, who the fuck is this? Like, I'm about to take off my clothes so I can go in the shower. I open the door. It's Curly.
I am confusion.
And I'm confused because me and Curly haven't spent any alone time with each other. So I don't know why Curly is coming to my door without Brianna. So I'm like, oh, hey, girl, like, what's up?
Hey, girl, I just had to come to you because based on, like, everything you already told us about your relationship, like, I don't really feel right sitting on this information. And I just had to let you know that Crazy came and he came to Brianna's room to drop off the trees and the money for you. And, he came in the room, he was speaking to us or whatever. Brianna and Crazy left the room. They went outside to his car. When Brianna had came back to the room, she had told me that Crazy had a conversation with her, essentially asking for my number. And when he asked her for my number, he specifically told her not to tell you. And she told me this information, but I don't feel right sitting on it. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you now.
I remember thinking, I'm about to beat this bitch up.
At that point, I was ready to cuss Crazy the fuck out. Cause here you go, you just stay embarrassing me. I don't know if, Curly was feeling herself. Like, I don't know what her real intentions of telling me that, because honestly, Curly didn't owe me any loyalty. It was Brianna who owed me that conversation and that loyalty.
Clock it.
Why did you tell Curly before you came and told me? Like, that's all. Like, it's so many questions. And why is Crazy asking for this bitch number after I just told him that this bitch was 17 years old?
Clock it.
It's just so many, like, questions that I have going on. Like, I just don't understand, like, what the fuck is going on right now. So in that moment, you know what I'm saying? I don't know, because that's, like, embarrassing. At that point, it's embarrassing. Imagine you just was venting to some bitches about how your nigga ain't shit and how he keeps putting his friendship with Fesbo as a priority above you and his relationship and all the BS that you be going through with him, just for the same that you was venting to come back around and say that your wants her number and he don't want me to find out. So I had to just let Curly know in that moment. I was like, Curly, thank you for the information, but he probably asked you for that because I told him that, you would be a good candidate for a threesome because I found you attractive, but I did tell him that you were 17 years old. So I don't even understand why he would even still try to pursue and get your fucking phone number because he is 30 years old. But thanks for letting me know. And I closed the door in her face. Because immediately I needed to call Crazy and curse him the fuck out. Now, I didn't even need to tell Curly all of that because that probably weirded her the out. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I don't know what her sexual orientation is. So I just said that just to set the record straight. He's not asking for your number just to ask for it. Like, he's asking for your number to be on some sneaky shit to try to set some shit up because he's just a sneaky, nasty ass nigga. Like, that was my whole purpose in telling Curly that. So when I close the door, I call Crazy and I start crashing the
out. Yeah! They squabbling out there now. Yeah. Hey, what's up, babe? What's up?
You piece of You really crashing the out, okay? Like, I'm crying. Like, it's just all kind of theatrics. I crash out on him and I hang up the phone. Probably like, I don't know, 5 minutes after I call him, crash out, I'm hanging up the phone. He keeps calling me back, holding me. I'm like, nigga, you. Hang up the phone. He called back. Click, hang up the phone. 5 minutes later, I hear another knock on the door. I'm like, leave me alone right now. Just leave me the fuck alone. I open the door. It's Curly and Brianna. Brianna's like,
yo, Alicia, are you okay?
I'm like, listen, I'm sorry. I can't talk to y'all right now. I cannot talk to y'all right now. Boom. I closed the door in their face because it's just never ending turmoil with you, Crazy. It's just never ending bullshit in turmoil. Crazy calls me back. Like, I don't even remember like his exact words. Like, I can't even tell you his exact words, but just know like he was trying to do damage control. I finally answer the phone and I'm giving him the time of day. I was like, yo, Crazy, you're really a dumbass nigga. Do you know that? You're such a dumbass, stupid ass.
I'm not no dumbest nigga, Lisa. Like, I don't even understand why she would tell you this shit. I told her not to tell you.
Y'all will see, I have the screenshots later on in the video, but Crazy, like the master manipulator and gaslighter he is, he tried to do some reverse psychology and flip the script on me and try to put it back on me and try to say like, oh, you said that you liked her, so I was just trying to see if I could have a chance with her. What? Basically trying to say I was the one who gave him the idea that this girl could even be a candidate because I showed interest in her. But you failed to remember or let it stick in your head that I told you that the girl was underage, so we wasn't doing nothing. You failed to remember and let it stick in your head that I told you anybody that we doing a three-way with, I'm the one who's putting that together. So what did you have to do? Like, I just don't understand. Like, you was just on some sneaky shit because you're just sneaky and nasty. He always points in the finger and got like 3 fingers pointed back at him. He tried to blame it on the fact that when he went to the room to talk to Brianna, Curly was in there and he was like, she was standing like up on a bed, like she was standing in some kind of way to like get his attention. I don't know, like she wasn't talking, but she was standing in a way that was signaling and giving him eye contact in a way that was signaling like she wanted him or something. Like, girl, I don't fucking know. Are you dumb? Like, why would you think I wasn't going to get the information from my friend? Because mind you, he still don't know that it wasn't Brianna who came to me and said this. It was Curly who came to me and said this. You're a dumbass. Why do you think my friend was going to come to me and tell me the bullshit that you was on? You think she's going to give you more loyalty than me? You're dumb. You're dumb.
Oh, really? Oh, really? You think that's your friend?
Yeah, yeah, she is my friend. Stupid.
Oh, really? If that's your friend, then why was my in her mouth?
I know you fucking lying, bitch. Bitch, bye.
What? I know I didn't hear what I just heard. No, y'all heard right. That's exactly what he said verbatim. If I'm not gonna remember anything, I'm gonna remember that's what that man said to me on the phone that day. If that was your friend, then why was my in her mouth?
Oh, now that's how you clear.
And he's saying this about Brianna, the stud. When he says that to me, I was too stunned to speak. I had no words. Because the shock wave that rolled through my body was indescribable. Okay, all I could do was hang up the phone and try to process what just happened. Just a ruthless, hurtful, spiteful, demonic man. That's what you are. So at that point, I needed to formulate a plan on what I was going to do. Is this the same occurrence that I asked you about your dick being out and you claiming that no dick was out, your dick was not out? So you lied again. And now this is how you reveal that in fact your dick was out. And it was not only out, but it was in her mouth. Oh, wow. That's when, if y'all remember this part, I think this was like part 4 in the Narcissistic X series. If y'all remember the part of the story where I said I punched the shit out of him, this was why. And you know, just a trigger warning for DV and SA, that's about to come up as well.
Oh my God.
Don't act shocked.
I had called, what did I name the girl? Kate from the Best Friend Storytime. Girl, I had called Kate. Kate was no longer staying on campus, as y'all know. Kate was in a whole other situation. And I called Kate and tell her what the F was going on. She was like,
girl, if I was you, I would just cut both of them off at this point.
They both gotta get cut off. Like, because what? Like, me and Crazy, we did have a conversation and he did explain to me what happened and how his dick winded up in Brianna's mouth. And he essentially tells me that it occurred the first night they met. Basically, when they had went back, and this is Crazy's side of the story, and this is what he tells me when I eventually answer his phone call again, because he was blowing up my phone nonstop after he dropped that bomb on me and I click, hung up the phone on him. Essentially, when Courage was tweaking out, she was just drunk and acting chaotic as per usual. Purple was trying to console her in the bathroom, or I don't know, like it was something going on with Courage. They was trying to calm her down because she was freaking out. I think Purple and Courage, they were in the bathroom, or they left Courage in the bathroom by herself, whatever the case may be. Everybody was drunk. Crazy tells me that Brianna essentially came out of the bathroom, left Purple and Courage in the bathroom. Crazy was like,
yo, like, what's going on with her? Is she good? Do she need to go? Like, let's go.
Allegedly, Brianna was like,
no, like, they're fine. Like, she just be going through little stuff. Just let them stay in there for a little bit. They'll be fine.
Apparently, you know, because the thing is about Brianna, she's not an ugly stud. Not to say that all studs are ugly, but you know it's them studs that they're that pretty in the face. Their face card is a little lethal. They can be girly one day, a stud the next. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know what I'm talking about. So she was one of those, okay? And remember, she was dressed as a femme this night. Crazy says that Brianna was doing some kind of seductive thing, was like, oh, let's go into the room. And she pulled him into the room. They went into the bedroom. She unzippered his pants, pulled his pants down, and the tip of her tongue went on the tip of his.
Whoop-de-doo.
He lets me know that all of that didn't happen because they couldn't get too deep into doing anything, because that's when Purple had came in the room and was like,
hey, what's going on in here? Is everything okay?
Because, you know, the door wasn't locked. And Crazy tells me, you know, he just went along with it because shit, they're all drunk. A nigga don't mind getting his dick sucked. I guess that's what niggas do, right? So that was his version of the story. When I'm on the phone with Kate, that's when Kate is telling me, girl, I would cut both of them motherfuckers off, because how did y'all miss that? How did both of y'all keep this information secret? Because the whole gag is that at this point, me and Crazy had already been dating each other for like, what, 8-9 months at this point. At that point, I already went into details about this situation in the Narcissistic X series part 4. That's when, you know, Kate had the conversation with me, letting me know, like, yeah, if I was you, I would punch that nigga right in the neck. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a great idea. I lured Crazy to my dorm. I was like, yeah, when you're done doing what you're doing, you need to come straight here and you need to bring me some food. So I had the nigga bring me some food. Remember I told y'all he brought me some oxtail rasta pasta. Oh my God, I taste it right now. It was so good. When you're done hanging out with the boys, you need to come to my dorm. He's like,
okay, like, I'ma come, babe. Like, I'ma come.
He probably thought we was gonna have some kumbaya. Nah, I was getting ready to beat his
ass. Yeah! They squabbling out there now. Yeah!
I will admit that the DV in our relationship started because of me. I'll take accountability for that, because Crazy never put his hands on me until I put my hands on him. So I feel like once I put my hands on him, that kind of set the tone for future occurrences that happened later on in the relationship. But it was like, at that point, you needed paws put on you. I didn't have an older brother. I mean, I do have an older brother. Girl, that's a whole story for another day. But you know what I'm saying? I didn't have him at that time to, you know, give him a call to F you the fuck up. But you and I both know you deserve paws put on you, bitch. I was sweatpants, hair tied, chilling with no makeup on, oiled up, greased up, Vaseline up. And I punched that guy right in his neck. And he went flying into the closet. If y'all want the details of all of that, y'all gonna have to watch part 4, okay? Because I'm trying to finish this story because it's already long. I punch him. All kind of commotion ensues after that. Of course, because we're a toxic couple, we wind up making up literally 30 minutes after I punched the shit out of him. And I also kicked him down the stairs. Like, he was about to leave just my dorm as a whole, but I was following him out my room and I kicked him down the stairs. Like, I was so angry. Like, I had to put hands and feet on this man. I'm not doing that anymore though, and I don't advise any of you to do that. If you feel like you need to put hands on your partner, or if your partner put hands on you, you need to leave that relationship. You're officially in a toxic relationship. Leave. But I didn't leave, obviously. Crazy gave me whatever little sob story that he gave me, basically letting me know, like,
listen, Alicia, like, we didn't tell you because, you know, the very next day, Brianna had texted me and she had let me know, like, listen, my apologies for last night. Something came over me. I'm not like this. Like, I have a girlfriend. I don't want Purple to know what happened. Can we just continue on and act like nothing happened? Honestly, like let's just act like that never happened.
So he was like, that's how he continued on. But when he heard that I found out the information that he was trying to sneak behind my back, and I found out the information, he thought that, oh, so how you gonna tell her what I told you not to tell her, and you ain't tell her about this? That was his whole motive about the whole situation. But until me and him had a conversation after the fact, I told him that it wasn't even her that told me that information. It was Curly. Just know that I was gaslit and manipulated into staying with him, because it was like, either way, you shouldn't have been trying to get a 17-year-old's phone number and you're 30 years old.
Clock it.
And you have a girlfriend who's 19. From there, he slept over my dorm. I was coerced, manipulated, and gaslit into still staying with him. I wasn't fucking with him though. I just was not. Like, I was just like, ugh, like, you're really just, ugh, what is wrong with you? Like, seriously. Moving on from that, it definitely was the next day at this point, and I had to go to work. When I had went to work, this was just running rampant on my mind. Nah, I got to have a conversation with Brianna about this and really get to the bottom of all of this. But before I could even set up a conversation with Brianna, she wanted to set up a conversation with me. And I was like, oh, okay, perfect. She had texted me when I was at work the very next day. She was like, hey, like, where you at? I was like, hey, I'm at work. And she was like, oh, okay, let me know when you get off because I need to talk to you. I was like, oh, okay, great, because bitch, I need to talk to you too. I mean, I didn't tell her that in the message, but I kind of just already had that in my head. Boom, I get off of work. I go into my room, take a shower, settle in. I don't even think I took a shower, honestly, because I needed to talk to her as soon as possible. I texted Brianna and let her know, hey, I'm back at my dorm. You could pull up. So when she pulls up, Brianna pulls up to my room, visibly drunk, under the influence, cup in hand. She essentially gives me her version of went on that night. Because I want to add as well, I don't remember if Crazy told me this or Brianna told me this in this moment. Crazy had called her the day before, the same day he revealed that his eggplant was in her mouth hole. He called her crashing out. She's essentially, I feel like, in my opinion, she was kind of doing damage control and trying to formulate her version of events for it to look better on her end.
Crazy called me crashing out, saying some things, and I need to just come to you and tell you what really happened before he tries to tell you some other stuff. But what happened that night was X1.
Everything was the same up until the point where they was in the bedroom. Her version of events details that he lured her into the bedroom. He essentially tried to, our word, grape her. And if it wasn't for Purple coming in the room and stopping things in their tracks, he would have graped her.
I don't even know what to say.
Spooky, right? So now we're going from, first of all, we don't even know this information. We wouldn't have known this information if it wasn't for Crazy.
Clock it.
Like, quite literally, he's the reason why this information is even out. And now there are great allegations. I don't even know what to think and who to believe at this point, because I don't really fuck with either of y'all. I'm really just trying to look back, and I'm looking back and I'm like, so if this man tried to grape you, why would you still stay in communication with him and proceed to bring him around other girls on campus, myself included, that he could possibly, I mean, we already know he's a predator because he's 30 around teenagers. But why would you proceed to bring him around the rest of us? If he tried to grape you, why would you proceed to start selling trees for him, accepting vodka and all kind of stuff? And like, I don't understand. I don't understand. And the way she was trying to prove her case, she was trying to call Purple, but remember, they're exes at this point. And let's just notate for shits and giggles that Brianna and Purple are exes at this point, because Brianna cheated on Purple essentially with another girl, another lesbian on campus. I don't know the ins and outs, but it was like on Monday, Bree and Purple were together and that was their last day of their relationship. And on Tuesday, Brianna and Big Bird, to be specific, keep that name in your head because it's coming up. Brianna and Big Bird were in a relationship with each other on Tuesday. That's how that went down. She was trying to call Purple on Snapchat, okay, because I guess Purple had her blocked everywhere else, to try to get Purple's version of the story. Purple wasn't answering the phone. Even when Crazy told me his version of events, he was like, he wished he had the text message because she had told him in a text message that wasn't like me, da 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 da. So it was like both people's stories was just very shaky, very just, I don't know what and who to believe. I didn't really have much to say to Brianna after she gave me this information. Like, I didn't, like, y'all just keep hitting me with daggers, honestly. Like, that's just how I feel. I'm just looking at Brianna just like, I don't know how you want me to react to you telling me that my boyfriend that you put me on to, you introduced me to, tried to essay you before you introduced me to him. Like, what you want me to say? I was like, all right, Brianna, like, is that all you have to tell me? She's like, yeah. And, you know, she stumbles out of my room because she's under the influence. And at this point, I, of course, call crazy, crashing out again. This girl is saying that you tried to grape her. He starts crashing out, of course, because he's saying that is not true. That is not true. Like, he was like,
matter of fact, we need to talk to this bitch face to face. I'll talk to this bitch in her face right now. Right now. I'm not a type of nigga that I rape no bitch. I don't gotta rape no bitch. Da, da, da.
And it's just like, I don't know, sir, because I don't know. He never gave me them kind of vibes, but just because he never gave me them kind of vibes, that don't mean that that's not something that he's capable of. But in the same breath, you know, it doesn't look good that you're 30 years old around girls that have teen around at the end of their age. But in the same breath, I'm looking at Brianna sideways like, why would you even introduce him to me? Why would you even have him come back to this campus if this is what really happened?
Because at the end of the day, those are some very serious allegations to put on a person. Like, there have been people, y'all know, in history who have literally been unalived because of somebody's lie. There are people who are put in jail because of somebody's lie, and we find out later on that it was a lie. So why would you have this man around us knowing that X, Y, and Z happened? Because I personally feel like it really didn't happen.
Like, why did, like, I just don't know, y'all. I was 19 years old at the time. I didn't know what the fuck to do. Y'all are probably gagged. Y'all been probably sitting here gagged this whole entire story. That night, Crazy winds up coming to my dorm, of course, pleading his case, letting me know that he did not try to this girl. He wants to speak to her. Like, he wants to have a conversation with her face to face with me present so that we could really figure out who's telling the truth and who's lying. Essentially, I low-key set up Brianna. I low-key set her up.
Oh my God.
Don't act shocked.
It was like the next morning because Crazy had slept over my room, and it was the next morning I had texted Brianna and I had told her like, oh, can you come back to my room? Like, I want to talk to you. I want to have a conversation with you. She came to my room. I opened the door, and I'm sure she was shocked, spooked, and nervous because she wasn't expecting for Crazy to be sitting right there. Lo and behold, he was sitting right there in my room, and she was gagged. Okay. She was motherfucking gagged. And I don't remember all the exact details of the conversation. It was something along the lines of, you know, so you're telling her that I tried to do this to you? Did things not happen like X, Y, and Z? So I don't remember, listen, I don't remember all the exact wording of everything, but just know that Crazy was essentially, I guess, clocking tea, and Brianna wasn't saying anything back. Like, she was just standing there. She was saying stuff back, but like barely. He was basically, you know, recanting the night, and he was like,
Brianna, did you or did you not? Da da da. Did things did not go down like da da da?
And she was either not saying anything back or she was agreeing with the things that he was saying. From there, at that point, I don't know, like, it was safe to say, or I don't even know if it was safe to say, because I still don't even know in 2025 what really happened that night when they all met each other. But something happened that y'all both kept secret. And honestly, y'all both should have been cut off at the time. But, you know, I was still a dummy for Crazy in this period of my life, just going with and believing the things that he would say when I really shouldn't have. Because Brianna was kind of put on the spot face to face with Crazy, and they had that opportunity to hash things out, and he was recanting events, and she was not, the way that she was trying to say all the allegations that she was saying the night before to me drunk, and now it's the next day and she's sober and we're all here having this conversation. She wasn't saying, oh yeah, you tried to grape me. She wasn't saying that to his face. Like, she wasn't, like, I don't know how these things work. I know it's probably going to be some people that might be mad in the comments or whatever, but I'm just telling y'all what happened, this crazy ass story. From there, me and Brianna's relationship dwindled. We no longer were friends. We did not speak because clearly I had made my choice, and my choice was to stay with Crazy until I eventually left him. Obviously, both of them need to be cut off, in my opinion, because based on everything that I have told y'all in this long ass story time, I don't know what was going on, what y'all have going on, who, what, when, where, why, how. I really don't know. Brianna did not return for second semester of sophomore year of college. I don't know what happened. I just heard that she moved out. She was no longer attending the school. Me and her quite literally never spoke again. I spoke to other people on campus, like mutual friends of ours, told them the situation, and they agreed that Brianna has been seen. You know, there has been times when Brianna was drunk, dressed up as a tomboy or a femme, on campus at campus parties where she would be overly drunk and making advances on our male classmates on campus. That was a common fact about her. And with talking with other mutual friends as well, you know, we did confirm that Brianna has been caught up in a few fibs and a few lies and a few fairy tales. Unrelated stuff to this story, but just in general, she has been caught up in a few little lies before. So all of that kind of went into play as for why I did not continue the relationship with her, because that was the thing with her, Courage, and Purple. They were all good for getting overly effed up, like overly effed up and doing things that they don't remember doing. That was literally their MO. If we call up some people from the college, they're going to attest to that as well. So those were factors into why I decided to not proceed with the friendship with her any longer. On top of the fact that Curly told me Crazy's sadistic plans before you did, and you're supposed to be my friend. So I don't know, y'all. I really don't know. This is not the end of Brianna, though. She does come up in an additional story time that we will have down the line, okay? And some crazy shit. Okay? I don't know what I'm gonna tell that story time, but I'm gonna let y'all marinate on this story time. Let me know what y'all think about this story time. I know that it was definitely crazy. I've been told y'all from 2 years ago that I owed y'all the story time on why I punched Crazy right here, his neck. I'm tired. It's about to be 4 a.m. That's all I have for today's story time. This was even draining, even retelling this, reliving this, but hey, it's for the content at this point. So if you made it to the end of this video, put this emoji on the screen. Let me know what y'all thinking in the comments. Like, honestly, I need to know like what y'all are thinking. Definitely don't forget to give this video a big like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Later.